visit to let you know when I'm coming home. That way you could be.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Issa. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my makeup routine. This is a very highly requested video because every single time I do my makeup, I get compliments, questions on where I get my products, how I do it, or my tips and tricks and stuff like that. Now, I'm not a makeup professional at all. I just enjoy makeup and you guys seem to ask me a lot of questions and are interested in it. So here's my little routine. So the first part of makeup, I'm gonna take these clips out of my hair because I was eating and that was holding back my hair. But when I do my makeup, I usually put one of these on because it just holds back all my hair. I don't know how you guys be like only clipping like this. Like I feel like it does not hold back all my hair. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put this on. So something like this. The next part of my makeup routine, the first part of, or the first step of every single makeup routine is always going to be your skincare. That is the first step. Before primer, before anything, it's going to be your skincare. So if you guys have watched my channel, you guys will see that my skincare line right now is Good Molecules. So I put in the toner first. I put it on directly onto some clean hands, and I just kind of press it into my face. I'm just gonna let that sit there. So then after that, I go ahead and with my Snow Mucin, put like 2 pumps of that. And once that's done, I'll put on my daily moisturizer and then sunscreen right after. I know I said that the brand I use is Good Molecules, but for my sunscreen I just use CeraVe, which is this one. Okay, so once your skincare is all done, I'm gonna go ahead and start my makeup. Okay, so the next thing that I do is my eyebrows. So I always start with these. I just plucked them not too long ago. Usually people will go in with like some sort of like eyebrow glue or like some eyebrow gel. I don't do that. I use edge control. I don't feel like those gels really work for me. I feel like it just ends up coming off within like the next few hours. It never really stays, so I'll just put in a little bit of edge control. This little edge brush I have, and I'll just brush them up like this, like so. Let it dry a little bit. Just on the other side. I'll take the comb side and I'll just kind of put it to shape. Okay, and I'll let that dry a little bit too. This fan, you don't need a fan, but fans are very helpful because, you know, it just makes it go by faster. Okay, so to fill in my brows, I use the NYX Professional Makeup The Brow Glue. It's kind of like a tint. This is what it looks like. I love it so much. Really, really good. This is like really dark. Before this, I would just use mascara. So if you don't have this, you could always just use mascara. And I only really apply this to the ends of my brows. I like it where it kind of looks like an ombre. I also don't really have thin brows. My brows are pretty full, so I don't feel like I really need to do too much to them. Then I'll take my little brush and I'll just... The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some primer. So for the primer, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip. I even put it on my eyelids. I put it everywhere. But right now, I'm only going to keep it right here because this is the area I'm working on. I don't want to put primer on the rest of my face because I'm not going to do the rest of my face until a little bit later, and by that time the primer's going to be all dried up. And that's just to get it a little bit tacky. So for this area, I use the L'Oreal Infallible. That's what it looks like. I like this one a lot. I'll just put a little bit on the top of my hand, or the back of my hand, and I'll just take it on like a brush, kind of like a flat brush like this. I'm just going to start cutting them out. That's it. Pretty straightforward. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over top. So now I don't like using beauty blenders. I don't like using brushes. This is just what I do. I like to use these, the little powder puff things. I don't know what you call these, but they're really, really good for blending. At least for me, I feel like these blend the best. The only time I use a brush is for smaller spaces. So like for my eyelids, I'll probably use a brush just a little bit, and then I'll finish it with this. Dab, dab, dab. I feel like 99% of makeup is just blending. Maybe not 99, but like 90%. It's just blending, making sure that, you know, everything looks really good. If you can't see where it starts and ends, that's how you know you did something right. If you can see where it starts and where it ends, then take out that blender again and keep on blending. And then for like the eyebrow, I'm gonna blend the makeup in a little bit to the front, just so there's no like cut, you know, like you really want it to just look really blended and nice. Okay, so once that's done, now I'm gonna go ahead and put foundation everywhere else. So I make sure I put in all the areas that I know crease the most. So definitely under my eye, right here in the corners of my nose, I really rub it in. Make sure it's in there. You know, my chin. Just make sure it's everywhere. You want it to go everywhere if your makeup looks really smooth and adheres to your face really well. If you don't have a fan, you can just let it air dry. Just a little bit, not completely, but just to where it's a little sticky. Okay, I already have foundation on my wrist, so I'm just gonna do a little one of these. Now let's get my thingy. Get my puff. I'm just gonna call it a puff. I just get my puff and I blend. Okay, once you feel like it's completely blended, you know you did something right. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your contour. So I don't have like a contour. I use a darker concealer. I use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It's the matte finish in Deep Chestnut. This is what it looks like. I don't really like a really dark, like chiseled look. I literally just put like 1, 2, maybe 3. 1, 2, 3, and then like a bunch of little dots up here. And that's as far as I go with contouring like my face. My nose is different. I'll show you guys that in a second. This is my little contour brush. I don't know if this is a contour brush, but it's just the brush that works for me. So for contour, you never drag, you only dab. To give you guys like a point of reference, I stop bringing it down up until like with the beginning of where the black part of my eye begins, like around right here. So like right here, just like that's kind of where I stop dragging it. My forehead, I don't really dab. I kind of just drag it a little bit, very lightly. And then once I feel like the little dots are a little gone and it kind of looks like this, then I'll start to dab and bring that into my forehead. With makeup, you kind of just gotta trust the process. Just blending even more with my puff. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm at. Then after that, I get my favorite blush. It's by Essence. It's called Baby Got Blush. It's like so, like it's been through hell, but you can kind of see what it looks like. And I'll just literally get my finger and I'll just kind of go like this. I make sure that my blush is very elevated, like very close to my eye, like right on the cheekbone, and I'll kind of just go like this. Add a little more on this side. Like about that, and then I'll get my little blush brush. Use my blush brush, and I kind of kink it a little bit, and I feel like when I hold it like this, it's more controlled. It doesn't just go everywhere. Like doing this, you don't want your blush to be all the way down here. Keep it up. It just makes your face look like higher. I don't know how to explain it, but it just does. Now you get your concealer. I use the L'Oreal Also Infallible 24-hour wear. This is what it looks like. You don't have to do too much for concealer. I really just do like a dot, like a pretty decent sized dot. And so with concealer, I'm very specific in the way that I blend it, and it's very important. So I just take obviously the small part, the triangle, the corner, and I'll just first blend that corner in. Just blend it in a little bit. You're not moving it anywhere. Just blend it. Then once it kind of looks like this, a little more blended out, right? Now I'm gonna start bringing it down a little bit and bringing it to the sides, and now I'm creating that triangle shape. It's very important because you don't want all that concealer to be dragged down here. It's gonna look like really white. Just blend it out first in the corner and then kind of bring it down a little bit. And now you're just gonna continue with that shape. And I just bring it all the way like that. Okay, now for my nose, I'm gonna be very honest. I don't really have like I don't do that whole thing where you line it up perfectly and I don't do all that. I literally just get the leftover contour that's on this and I just cover my whole nose with it. And then I'll get like a smaller brush, grab a little bit of it. I'll just kind of like this. And I'll just kind of perfect it. And I'm gonna bring it into my eye. And then once that's done, I'm gonna continue to blend out everything. So like I'll bring this down over it. Now that my concealer is done and my nose is done, I'm gonna go ahead and get some powder. I use the Halo Glow setting powder, so I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's by e.l.f. Before you do this, you want to make sure your under eye has 0 creases, because once you put this on, it's gonna set like that. And I also put it like anywhere else I think I'm gonna crease. Now for my nose, to finish it off, I go in with my NYX, it's like the Wonder Stick. So one side is highlighter, one side is contour. I don't use the contour side, but I do use the highlight. This is what it looks like. And I'll just add one little thing of highlight right there. And then I add a little line right here. Then with my finger, I'll just kind of drag it, blend it. This is the part where I kind of have fun. So I like to have my eyebrows very, very popped. So I'll get my concealer. I'll put some of it like on my hand like this. I'm gonna get the same brush that I used to cut my eyes earlier. Probably wipe it off a little bit. And I'll take that concealer and I'll just put it right here, like on the bridge of my brow. I think that's what it's called, the bridge, the arch. And I'll do the same thing on the top. So for the bottom part, I'll just use this. Like that. And then for the top, I'll just use a brush. And I'll just kind of drag it a little bit. So get a loose brush, kind of something like this, something that's really loose, and I'll just take away all that powder. And also use this as an opportunity to like blend things. So the way makeup kind of works is once you put like a liquid, like a cream base, or like we did a cream, like a concealer, concealer contour, we did like a cream blush, then you put powder on top of that. So I'm gonna get my powder blush. The only thing I don't do this with is with my contour, only because like I said, I don't really like a defined contour, but usually when you put a cream, anything, you put the powder on top. So I'm gonna get my powder blush. The palette I'm using is the Milani palette. I don't really shy away from blush because blush is always the first thing to go. So go crazy. And then I will add a little bit of blush on my nose. So this is what we're looking like. The next thing I'm gonna do is my lashes. So let's get my lashes. So I always wear my lashes from either Amazon or the Beauty Supply store. These are from Amazon. These are the ones that I use. I don't know if you guys see it. But yeah, this is what they look like. So these are very like thin. They're long, but they're thin. And I like it when it's darker, so I stack them. And for lashes, you gotta wait for it to dry a little bit. It has to get a little tacky before you put it on. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stick it on. Okay, so once my lashes are on, then I'm gonna get like a little brush. I use like another brush, and I use the Jumbo, also by NYX, the Jumbo like liner. It's like an eye pencil. It's white, but I'm running low, so I have to use like a little end of the stick. And I just take it, go white and I put it on my waterline. And this just makes my eyes look way bigger. I love the look of like a doll eye. Okay, I added a little bit more to highlight because I feel like I needed some more on my nose. Now I do my lip combo. So for my lip combo, I just use the Ruby Kisses. It's the, let me see what color. It literally does not say the color, but it's the Ruby Kisses. You could use whatever color you want though. It's just like a brown. And then for the actual color, I use the Kylie Jenner matte liquid lipstick. I have no idea what color this is, to be honest with you. But it looks like this. It's like a pink nude-ish. It's really pretty. So now I'm just gonna get my NYX matte finisher. So it looks like. And I always do a test spray because sometimes the bottle like tweaks and it does like a squirt and that'll just ruin your makeup. So I do like a spray and then once I see it's a mist, then I'll just. And then the most important part, you're gonna get a powder puff and just go over everything again. And you're just gonna make sure everything is really blended. I can just let down my hair. Ooh. Okay guys, this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this video was helpful, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and click the notification bell so you can see when I upload a new post. I will see you guys in the next video. Love you guys so much.
So I stop and think that maybe you can learn to appreciate me.